interest for 12 months or get 5 years special financing with absolutely no money down. This weekend only at Ashley.
The month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. All month long, we have focused on different components of keeping your mental health as strong as it can possibly be. But as the old saying goes, it can often take a village. So we're finding that support this morning in the form of Charles Miller. He's back on the show from Scenic City Neurotherapy. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
So, the truth is, once you begin talking about mental health, Charles, it's almost like opening Pandora's box, because once you are aware of A, the importance of taking care of it, and B, the fact that maybe you aren't, you dive deeper and deeper into what can I do to feel better. And that's where y'all come in, because people, I'm guessing, often come through your door knowing they need help, but not aware of just how profound their need is.
And some, yeah, absolutely. They're not sure that there is an answer. And one of the things that we offer is education, first of all. A forward-focused approach on and actively working towards a state of self-maintenance. The
education's a huge push for you from the very first day we talked.
Absolutely.
That was the main thing you wanted to push, and you're on your 3-year anniversary now?
Yeah, we just celebrated 3 years.
So you're getting deeper and deeper into your ties into the community, so much so that y'all even rebranded.
We did.
To focus on that.
Our new brand, I don't know if you can see it right here, it's the picture of the river gorge looking at Lookout Mountain, entrapped inside of a brain, to where you can kind of see that I was born in Chattanooga. Chattanooga's my home, and I'm happy to provide this service to our community.
I think it's interesting that you'd have chosen that scene because we are the Scenic City, that's your name. But for so many people, you often find that mental release in nature.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's been several studies done on the colors of shades of green and blue that we find in nature. They actually stimulate proteins to release into the brain that stimulate neuronal regrowth and good mental health.
You are getting the word out there, so a lot of people may have seen you here with me on 3+U, but other places too, because the more widely you can cast that net, the better. But for those who aren't familiar with it, talk about what you do, because it's a ketamine treatment that you use, but a very low dosage.
Right. We use ketamine, and ketamine has a lot of stigmas tied to its use, but it is primarily a children's anesthetic, and we use a very low dose administration to stimulate a physiologic response in the brain of a process called neurogenesis. It stimulates neuronal regrowth on a large scale. We also do transcranial magnetic stimulation, which is another way of stimulating the same neuronal regrowth, but using a different type of catalyst.
Okay, when you talk and you say neuronal regrowth, am I right that what you're implying is that the brain is a malleable thing?
It absolutely is.
And so you're going in there and it's kind of like teaching the neurons that might not be firing correctly, thus causing the depression and anxiety, an opportunity to fire correctly? Is that a third grader's approach to it?
Kind of. It is actually even stimulating new brain cells to regrow, what we call dendritic connections, where the brain cells speak to each other.
Okay.
Enhancing those connections.
Okay, so does that mean, I know you've been on before and you brought a first responder with you. That's kind of an easy connect the dots to think that you're in this high intense situation and PTSD can result and that kind of thing. But if you are somebody who's been dealing with chronic pain, fibromyalgia you talk about, the body's kind of freezes up and dealing with that pain, is that right? And so the brain kind of...
It's like the brain sends a signal to the body to hurt in a way or become inflamed in a localized area, which is what we see with complex regional pain syndromes after certain nerve manipulations or even with just time or age. Fibromyalgia is a more generalized version of that pain, but it's a very real thing, and they're finding better ways to diagnose.
You can't possibly take us through all of your schooling in one conversation, but I didn't realize this until several years ago when one of my children was going through some stuff, that the brain tells the body to hurt. That's a pretty profound statement when you stop and think about it, because I think most of us think that, oh, you cut your arm, it just naturally hurts, but it is a signal from your brain.
Yeah, it's the signal sent from the site of injury to the brain, but then there's a condition called neuropathic pain, And that's where the brain is sending inappropriate signals saying that something hurts. Like with phantom limb syndrome, we see, someone says their foot hurts, but they had their foot amputated. There is no foot to hurt. But they actually still feel a pain where there is no direct injury.
Okay, I'm going to circle back to the beginning of our conversation about education and your ties into the community, because you know good and well that not everybody watching this morning is going to need to call you, much less quite feel the push yet to call you. So y'all are kind of taking the summer and doing some things. May 24th, you're having yoga at Renaissance Park.
Yeah, at 6 p.m. May 24th, we're going to have Outshine Adventures is hosting it for us. I am not a yoga enthusiast, if you can't tell from my physique, but I see its benefit. I see my patients benefit from its use, and taking care of the body also takes care of the brain.
And you'll be doing some things in early June with first responders, is that right?
Oh, it's the Veterans Community Care event in Birchwood, Tennessee, June 6th and 7th from 11 to 2.
So you're kind of going to follow this throughout the months and weeks to come. So you encourage people to go on your social media pages as well as your website to see if there's an event that might speak to them. Absolutely,
yeah. And, education's always free with us. We always, you can come in to schedule a consult, come in and talk to us if you think that this might be something that is helpful. And you'll sit down with me or you'll sit down with one of my colleagues, and we'll go through it from start to finish. There's no charge for this, it's just education.
And like I said, he's brought people on with him fairly recently who have benefited greatly from the help, and you do walk hand in hand with a mental health counselor or someone.
Absolutely, they're the other half of our process. We wouldn't make any progress without the rest of the mental health community supporting us.
It is great to see you, and congratulations on the rebranding.
Thank you so much.
I want to go for a hike up the River Gorge now. You can learn more at ScenicCityNeurotherapy.com. As he said, also follow them online. If you're around the evening of the 24th at 6 o'clock, head out to Renaissance Park and do a little yoga. And relax, or if you want to see about getting one of those free consultations for you, give them a call at their Shallowford Road location, 228-0579. Thanks again, Charles.
Thank you.
The Cupcake Club creates clean desserts and baked goods without compromising flavor. It's food made with passion, purpose, and a genuine love for people who want to taste the sweet side of life.
Oh, the Cupcake Club.
We're here at halftime.